welcome back from the break. You are on Life and Style, Books and Blogs, yes it is, and we are still in Mombasa County, the beautiful sandy, windy beaches of Mombasa. Thankful to Pride in Paradise for hosting us for this period of, filmings that we've had here. And today we meet yet another 23-year-old blogger, writer, inventor. He has quite a lot under his belt, and I'm excited for you to meet him. His name is Simon Kupalia. Let's go meet him. Simon, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Thank you so much for coming on our show today.
It's my pleasure.
And you've done quite a lot of things, man.
Yeah, actually, it's a beautiful feeling, and I'm really proud of myself.
I like that. I like that. Very few people say that. And you're only 23 years old.
It's not a surprise. I mean,
it is very surprising.
Really,
yes.
You see, when you get used to it, you just feel like it's just like any other achievement that any other person will get.
So you're used to your achievement.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's list them down. Writer, blogger,
an engineer.
Engineer.
Yeah. And
inventor.
Yeah, inventor.
Yeah. And you currently work as a?
Sorry, currently what I do quite a lot of things. And I am a columnist. I've been writing some articles for some Canadian magazine.
Okay, tell me about that. When did you start?
About what exactly? Writing or... Yeah.
Writing for the Canadian magazine?
Actually, it's been a year now since I started. How
did you get your links into a magazine that's international?
You see, what I actually do is that what I tell people, I tell people to, when they actually socialize on social media, what they do, whatever they present on social media, it's a reflection of who they are.
Right.
So I urge them, whatever content they place there should be a content that which any other person that comes across it,
yes,
maybe you don't know who that person may be,
yes,
so you can easily get connected to greater people.
Okay, so you found your connections through social media?
Yeah,
Facebook, Twitter?
Facebook to be exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so this woman owns the magazine company, and she was like, okay, I like what you post, and I think it's a beautiful thing if I give you a column on my magazine, which is actually, it's a sports magazine, but they have a provision for various other articles which they can be of different subjects. So that's how I got into that magazine.
So
finally.
What do you write about?
Mostly I do science stuff and entrepreneurship.
Okay, science and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you discover that you had a gift for writing?
Since I was very young.
How old? You're still very young, Simon. Let's get that out of the way. You're still very young, okay?
It doesn't feel that way.
It doesn't feel that way because you're doing amazing things.
It doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. Okay, so you started writing from how old?
Actually, writing is a passion which I developed since I was in primary school, all through secondary school.
Right.
I used to write good compositions, and I did well. So it's only when I got into university when it came into my mind that maybe I should do a book. Let me try it out. So I started drafting my first book. I didn't know what exactly I was writing about. So you see,
wait, you didn't have a topic in mind?
That's how, you see, actually what I put on paper is based on what I've experienced, what I've learned all along. And so when I write something, it's just a reflection of what I know, basically. So when I decide to, you see, you can even give me a paper right now and tell me to write a new book, and I'll start writing the new book. Then
without being told what topic?
Yeah. In the long run, I'll decide what the book will be about. And actually, it develops a sort of coherence.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't met anybody like you. Like you just start writing? Yeah,
I just start writing and it just flows like that.
Eish. Okay. So you had a passion from primary to high school. And connect for me the dots between your passion for writing and you being an engineer. All right.
This is interesting. Why?
I'm sure it is.
Okay. It's really difficult to try to connect the two. But then myself, you see, since I was a kid, I've been a tinkerer. I've been tinkering tools, radios, TVs. I used to be a destroyer. I destroy everything in the house. Yeah, so I thought maybe, okay, this could be my calling.
Okay.
Maybe I should do engineering.
Okay.
And so I mean, my dad actually advised me to pursue marine engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you did?
Yeah, which I did successfully and graduated. Then it's when I was still in college, I thought, well, I had a passion for achieving greater things at a younger age. So I said, well, people do write books, and from what you can hear, most of them are actually, you can find professors writing books.
Yes.
Or some other great people who are learned writing books. And so I took it as a challenge. I said, let me just try it out and see how far I can get it. That's when I started writing.
When in college, studying marine engineering,
Yeah.
you started writing?
I started writing. And it took me about 3 years to complete my first book.
Whoa. So let's talk about your first book.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't that hard to connect the dots.
Yeah.
It started somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your first book? And I see you even carried a couple of them.
Yeah, my first book, I called it Soul Almanac.
Okay.
This is the book.
Okay.
It's called Soul Almanac.
Soul Almanac.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Basically, you know what a soul is.
Yes, I know a soul.
Yeah. And almanac. Almanac, it's an astronomical term.
Okay, astronomy now.
Yeah, astronomy, yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So almanac is an astronomical term, which means it's a calendar of events. It's a calendar of events. So a calendar, what we basically know, is it's like a reference. So I just coined the term. I just had to decide to put it like it's a reference for the soul almanac. It's like a,
so if a calendar means, if almanac means calendar,
yeah.
So soul calendar.
Soul, not really. Like I've already told you that I coined that term.
Oh, it's not a term that exists. But you've told me it's an astronomical
yeah,
term.
it exists actually.
Yeah.
But you see, you can give meanings to new terms. To an existing term. Sorry.
So you've given it your meaning.
Yeah.
So
I've
what
coined
is your
it.
meaning?
The ultimate guide for the soul, as the subtitle says.
The ultimate guide for the soul.
Yeah.
And you wrote this when you're in university.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a bit about it.
So that book basically, it contains so much, and it bases so much knowledge on psychology, philosophy, religion, spirituality, and even business. So you borrow from all these subjects, put them together, and try to come up with something that other people can read.
So wait, the first thing I've read here is the soul, the black hole is a trap.
Yeah.
And you just entered it. Enjoy your journey to a new dimension.
Yeah.
No, that's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah.
As you see the cover, what it depicts?
A hole, actually.
This is a black hole.
Yes.
It's an illustration of a black hole.
Right.
You know what a black hole is, right? Yeah. So as the introduction says, when you start opening the first few pages, so as you open the book, it's like you're entering the black hole now.
Why would you want us to enter black holes?
You see, in science, what we believe is that the black hole, it's a mystery hole. And what we believe is that it's a portal to a new universe, to another universe, a parallel universe, they call it that way. So it could be a better universe, it could be a worse one. You don't know. So as you enter it, now it's up to you to decide. Actually, it's up to you to read it, to go through the journey. It's like a journey as you read it. Yeah.
And then I see this page was intentionally left blank.
Yeah, it was intentionally left blank.
Okay, your styling is quite something. So why did you feel the need to even write that? I mean, it should be a bit obvious that the page is blank.
I don't know. It just came to me that I should put it that way.
It's to scare us the more.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm dealing with a scientist. I just thought I'm coming to have a chat with a writer and author, but clearly there's a lot of complexity to you. Okay, so you said it's an amalgamation of a lot of topics.
Yeah, exactly.
So which one intrigues you the most out of everything you have mentioned there?
Science, of course.
Science, yes. So what have you told us in this book about it?
About science, I've talked about reality. how we perceive it from the scientific point of view. And I just might get more technical about it, but okay. Now, when I talk about the reality perspective, how we define it from the science point of view, we can talk about what we call it's a branch of science. It's called quantum physics or quantum mechanics. Actually, this is a science which describes or which tries to give a description of the subatomic world.
And
actually,
you I know what that is.
Yeah, okay, sorry. This is the world that we do not see.
Okay.
You see, everything is particle around us. These are the particles that we see.
Yes.
But what we believe, these particles don't exist.
What scientists believe that this heart is not here.
It's there, you see that color, but actually it's totally empty space.
This heart?
Yeah, it's empty space. It doesn't exist.
This heart is not here, it doesn't exist?
Yeah, actually it doesn't exist.
Okay, do I exist? Am I here?
You're there because it's a conditioning of the consciousness, if I may put it that way.
So because your consciousness has been conditioned to believe I'm here, I'm here.
Yeah, actually, if I can explain it, it might get more technical.
No, you explain it. I want to know how I'm not here. Yes, I know very well I'm here.
Well, the obvious thing is that everything is energy, right?
Okay.
Everything is energy. Every matter you see around is energy.
Right.
But what energy is it? We say it's a condensed energy. It has been condensed to have it, actually, or rather to give it a form that it can be perceived. Yeah. So it's like steam. You see steam or vapor.
Yes.
You might not see vapor or humidity until it condenses.
Right.
That's what happens with matter, actually. So this is energy, what you see. But then when it is condensed, when let's say how it all starts is that there is an energy field, and then energy is applied to it, to the field, and then when energy is applied to it, it becomes condensed to form matter. And that's how you...
Most technical conversation I have ever had on books and blogs. I'm sitting with a scientist who's trying to tell me this heart is not here.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist, but my mind has been conditioned to believe it exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Where? Okay, let's
I know
just...
it's mind-blowing.
Totally mind-blowing, if my mind exists, that is. So let's talk about your second book.
Yeah. All right.
What's that book about? I have left this whole almanac there. Maybe, does it exist? Is it here?
This one, it's just information. Everything's just information in transition.
Information in transition,
yeah.
Right. What's that book about?
Yeah, this book, it's called Kupalia's Classics.
Let me see that.
Yeah.
Kupalia's Classics, oh, that's you, so your classics.
Yeah,
and I
my
see
classics. It's a ship.
Sheep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So about that ship, you see, it's an old ship, the old kind of ship.
Okay.
More like a slave ship.
A slave ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And another person that knows me, when he sees or she sees that book, she might think maybe I chose that ship maybe because I'm a sailor or something.
You are a sailor?
Yeah, I'm a marine engineer, basically a sailor.
So you sail every day?
Not every day,
you're
not
a sailor
at the
by
moment.
virtue of the fact that you've studied marine engineering?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my what prompted me to write the book is that whatever short experiences I've had, short adventurous moments, and short instances of unusual kind of knowledge that I've read or I've learned, it prompted me to write short articles while I was still writing the same book.
Yeah. So
these short articles, I compiled them, and later on I just decided, okay, actually there is no how do I put it? It isn't very coherent. Those articles are just standalone. So I decided to compile them into a book that all articles actually describe my past, whatever. They're metaphoric, in short. They're metaphoric. You can't easily understand them until maybe you read once or twice.
Right. So why would you write me an article that I will read and not understand?
Now, that's how it gets interesting.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. When you don't understand something and maybe it's intriguing, maybe you feel like this thing is intriguing, so maybe I should read it some more. And I expect you, when you read it once or twice or thrice, you should actually get what it means. So that's how I actually wrote the book.
So you don't go the normal way where we know the reason I'm writing something is I want someone to understand it and apply it in their lives. You want to be complex and have someone digest it 3-4 times.
Depends. It's for this book.
For Kupalia's classics. But the rest are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they're straightforward.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you have 2 more books. Tell us about them.
Yeah, I have 2 more books. There is a Classics 2.
Oh, okay.
But
this is Classics 1, yeah.
The Classics 2 is...
Wait, sorry, on Classics 1, why do we have the slave ship? I didn't understand. Why that in it?
Now, those articles therein, actually, they do reflect some sort of...
slavery?
Not slavery as sort, but some sort of hardship, trauma.
Oh, okay, things you've been through in your life.
Yeah,
okay.
Kind of. Yeah, but you might not get it until maybe...
You read it 3-4 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Classics 2, do you also need to read it many times?
Not really. Classics 2, actually, it's a poetry book.
Oh, okay.
It's a poetry book. I'm a poet. I do poems.
Oh, right.
You see,
can you say a poem now?
Nah, not now.
Why? You're a poet, you do poems. So you should be able to
I write poems. I write poems. I'm not... I write poems. So I do write poems, and I feel like poems are they're a form of creative expression, and it's artistic actually to put ideas, imaginative ideas together, trying to communicate an emotion or try to communicate a feeling that you can try. You see, with the poetry, you have all the freedom. You have everything that you need to express an idea in any way that you like it. And I like to enjoy that freedom.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So Kupalia Classics 2 is on poetry.
Yeah.
And the 4th book?
The 4th book, now that one is called Play the Big Game.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's the big game about?
By the way, that book is more straightforward than all the books. It's one of the most it's the simplest book
you've ever written.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then the content now, I would say that the content is more like most people won't like the content.
Why?
Mostly the youth between age 20 to 30.
Why won't they like it?
Because it just hit them on the head.
What are you talking about in that book?
You see, in that book, I'm trying to point out most of those things that, or rather most of those people they call norms, or those things that we call them, you can say we're living a life, or maybe a 22-year-old or 23-year-old might think that he's living a life, he's having all the fun in the world. But then with this book, it's trying to actually prove a point that there is more to achieve in life than maybe having to go out with people who are not beneficial to you. Yeah.
So are we writing any more books, or we first of all see how this 4 will do in the market?
Actually, I'd say that these are the 2 that are in the market, and the other 2 which I officially launched. And they've been a book which I rarely talk about. It's a novel. I don't do novels, but then
you're too serious for novels.
But then I thought maybe I started writing the novel a long time ago, and I'm still writing it.
So these ones have come and overtaken the novel.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
clearly don't have passion for writing fiction.
Fiction. Basically, that novel is pure fiction.
Yes.
It's pure fiction.
Yeah.
And it's based on things that I already know, on science and religion, such things, how they intermarry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, the intermarriage of science and religion, that's a very complex topic.
Yeah, it's a complex.
And very controversial as well.
Yeah, I understand.
You seem to enjoy it.
Very, very much.
You do, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool stuff. So, aspiring authors at your age, what would you like to tell them?
There is so much anybody that can do. It doesn't matter the age or where you come from. And basically, you actually need to try out things to see your potential, how far you'll get. So if you try out new things, it's when you'll know how much you can do on your own. So what I encourage people is that to never back off. If they have a passion for something, or if they have an urge to do something, they should go ahead and do it. And whatever the result, just embrace it the way it is. You never know. It's when you fail once or twice, it's when you get the courage to stand up and move on.
I like that. I like that. And if they want to reach out to you for motivation, because you give a lot of talks,
yeah,
right? Yeah. What is your contact?
Okay, my contacts. I have a website. First of all, it's simonkupalia.com. And if people need to get in touch with me, they can maybe call me or send a message on 0707 911 910093.
Start again.
0707 910093. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Scientist, come writer, come inventor, come sailor, come future astronaut.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Really privileged to have met you. I'm going to read this one, this black hole.
Actually, I think I'm just going to have to give them to you as a gift.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's so generous of you. I appreciate.
You're
then
welcome.
I'm going to let you know which ones,
Yeah,
whether I'm getting
exactly.
scared or not. But thank you so much.
Okay, I'm grateful.
Okay, so that's Simon Kupalia, Mombasa County, 23-year-old author, blogger, writer, future astronaut, sailor. This young man is taking this county by storm, and not just this county, but I think this nation and the world at large, yes? You
Yeah.
have to say amen to that. Oh, maybe you don't say amen, there's a whole thing going on
Not
here.
really.
Ati? Go, come on. Turn.